Today I'm going to share a olive green fall look, and I'm going to bring it from a daytime wearable look to a nighttime glam look. Let's get started. I'm going to prep my face using the Pixi Beauty Glow Tonic with a cotton round. Then I'm going to use an eye serum. This is going to make sure that my under eye area is hydrated during the fall time. I end up getting a little drier in that area, so I make sure that I up my hydration. Then I'm going to take an anti-aging serum, and I'm just going to apply this right on my face, and I'm just going to let this sit in before I apply my foundation. Then I'm going to take my Aveeno Daily Moisturizer with SPF 30 because I have to protect my face, fall season or not. Then I'm going to prime my lips using my Elizabeth Arden 8-hour treatment. Now let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to prime them using the City Color eyeshadow primer. And then I'm going to use my Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I'm taking this reddish brown tone with a blending brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to apply this right into the crease. Then I'm going to take this olive green tone shadow from Pacifica, and I'm just going to pat this onto the lid area. I'm not taking it in the corners, just keeping it on the middle and center of the lid. Then I'll blend out any of the harsh lines. Curl my lashes because I tend to forget sometimes, so as soon as I'm done applying eyeshadow, I always curl them. And then I'm going to add a slight highlight in the outer corners and move on to my brows. I'm using the Hourglass Arch Brow Pencil, which has become my favorite. It's so easy. This is the only product I'm going to use on my brows today. I love it. Then I'm going to add a highlight underneath my brow bone and blend out that line. And then I'm going to add mascara. This is one of my favorite drugstore mascaras currently. And then I'm moving on to foundation. I am giving this foundation another go, and so far so good. I don't know if it's the season or just my skincare is much better, but I'm just going to mix two different shades to make my proper shade, and it's gonna look a little off at first, but once it sets and after I'm done with the contour and the highlight, everything comes together. I'm using the Fit Me concealer, and I'm just applying this in the areas of my face where I want to bring in light. And then I'm going to use a cream contour kit. If you guys want to see my full-on contour and highlight video, I'll link it down below in the info box. And then I'm going to take this new Sigma brush that's new to me. It's probably not new to the line, but I'm just going to apply my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set the middle of my face because I tend to get super oily. Then I'll take a powder contour kit, also by Aesthetica, and I'm just going to apply this with a brush. And I'm going to set that contour, the cream contour I did before, and then contour my nose lightly. And for my glow, I'm going to use my City Color Sunlight Trio in Collection 1. I'm also going to use that same brush. And then I'm going to apply lipstick to my lips. This is from Sleek Cosmetics. This is one of their sheer lipsticks, and I thought it went perfect with the daytime look. Now let's transition this look into a nighttime glam look. So I'm going to take a pencil brush, also by Sigma, and I'm just going to apply black shadow on the outer and inner corners. Be very careful, your makeup is already done on your face, so use packing motions, and if you have to, use a translucent powder right underneath the eye so you can just dust it off. Then I'm going to take a blending brush and just blend out, and if I need to add more black color, just go back in, but just make sure you blend out throughout the entire process so it doesn't look choppy or uneven. Then I'm going to take that reddish color I put in my crease for the daytime look and just smoke out the lower lash line so the black doesn't look super harsh, and line my waterline. This makes a difference for me. Then I'm going to take my City Color Shimmer Shadow in the color, I think it's Beach Cottage. I'll list it down below, and I'm just going to spray the setting spray on it and create a more metallic type of look. And then I'm going to line my lips using this Italia Deluxe lip liner. Shout out to my sister for sending a whole bunch of these lip liners to me. They are incredible. And there's your nighttime look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Love yous!